Good morning, folks. We took an impulsive M flare this morning, came out of one of the incoming active regions, and did not make a big CME. But within 2 hours, we did have the official number given to the low south of Mexico. It's another Uyen candidate. Formation and intensification had slowed considerably until this morning's eruption. It's heading due north, and anyone in Florida seeing rain today, it's actually coming off that very same storm. Tropical Rainfall Measurement Mission has eyes on the system. Making the rounds online is the story of a mega-Earth. I assure you, not one website member is excited or surprised. At this rate, everything said in the Starwater series is going to be proven out, and I'll be of absolutely no use in this area before I hit my 30th birthday. Folks, our #1 series on the site is Starwater, and the point of the series, beyond basic information dissemination, is an extrapolation of Earth-like worlds and watery moons to be found in the galaxy. The data from the forefront of extreme environment chemistry combines with the exoplanet hunt to suggest it could be in the trillions. Another point in support came out not too long ago and claimed that the number of potential livable worlds at Europa's level or better could be 100 million in our galaxy, which is on par or even more than our series suggests. Interesting article here. Toes the global warming only line, but suggests that the early greening and extra plant food in the air is causing these regions to absorb CO2 at a faster rate. Important to note that other areas in the world show different trends. Shot of the day from NASA's Earth Observatory shows the disruption from Indonesia's latest volcano. That's an air hazard on the ground and for aviation. It's good evening to my friends down here. The low is moving between Australia and New Zealand, and it should be a calmer night. The United States is gearing up for more storms today as the northward flow of energy and moisture continues from the Gulf and will be highly active today. In Europe, we have precipitation predictions heavy on yesterday's same eastern line and again in the Mediterranean. You see the flow out of Russia from the east and a low confined near Greece. Storm alert for Athens. Terrific image of Comet Pan-STARRS coming from Peach via SPACEWEATHER.com. You can see clearly the separate dust trail where the comet has been, and the ion tail blasted away by the sun's solar wind. Speaking of solar wind, it shows rising speed and density. The density is actually significantly elevated at this time, but the speed is still pretty low. The extra density is enough to wake up our magnetosphere and smack him around a little bit, but our planetary shield held form and is already recovering very nicely. There's the M flare we opened with. Came out of the middle sunspot group turning in near the equator. It has a solid umbral core just like the northern group behind it, but with a few more friends with which to make magnetic mixing. It's likely that the M flare broke a momentary complexity to leave this separation now. Taking a look at the coronal fields, the southern coronal hole, red negative, appears to be the geoeffective magnetic influence at this time. We do have small positive openings in the north, but the southern tail appears to extend up past trans-equatorial position, and at this time, negative is the main player in our direction of the heliosphere. You can see the northern openings turn through, but they lacked any significant power. The southern hole is of tremendous force, and appears to maintain at least moderate power all the way up through the extension turning in at the backside. Current conditions and shots of our star to close. Try to spot a mega plasma filament that has about 12 hours to erupt before it begins to pose a threat to Earth. Eyes open. No fear, it's 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.